perfectly happy at this point right now just to listen to the podcast because I'm getting all this information for free.
Yeah, but there's art.
But I get to see the art. She's like here, so
not all of it. But the thing is, I personally have an investment in the characters.
DC Universe.
They were, I did see the torch get passed from Dick Grayson to Jason Todd. I was a Jason Todd fan, Robin fan, that whole thing. So, just thinking about it and once again, listening to you rehashing what's going on in the books, it's just like, man, I want to get back into that. Both of those were super awesome characters that I thought, I may never be a Batman, but if I was anybody, I'd probably be a kick-ass Robin, is, what I used to think as a kid.
Right.
So I made my own Robin costumes, and I made my own Batman costumes and Spider-Man costumes, too, but, Robin's just always been a character that I followed, and for some reason felt a kinship to.
I hold no hate against Dick, but I was more of a Tim.
Heard it here, folks.
Phrasing.
His name's Rick.
Rick, okay, yeah. I don't hate Rick, but I was a Tim fan.
I kind of feel like I skipped the Tim Drake. Like, I never got enough, what is that? Exposure to him. Because, Dick Grayson's Dick Grayson. He's the first Robin. Everyone knows who he is. He was the Teen Titans Robin. So that's my first exposure to most of DC. Right. And then Jason Todd was also my, exposure to DC. Right. When Red Hood came out. Batman Under the Red Hood. So. See. And then I don't care about Tim Drake. And Damian sucks. So.
See, I got that from the animated series because it started off with Robin, and my introduction to Robin was really the golly gee whiskers, Batman, let's get him. That was Robin for me, and I'm like, he doesn't seem tough. And then the animated series came out and actually made me a fan, but he really quickly turned him into Nightwing, and they brought Tim Drake in on that series, which I dug the heck out of. But I was always interested why Nightwing did the transfer, and some of the best episodes in the animated series were the background histories on the character, especially Dick Grayson, when they actually show the death of his family and his search for the killer. They do it for all the Robins in that series, and it was super cool. Yeah, but not for Tim. I don't know Jason Todd.
There's this really cool splash in Batman 55 that I forgot to mention. I'm sorry, but you saying golly gee whiz reminded me. So there's this really cool splash art-wise. And then that's Dick saying that Batman used to call him chum all the time, and he was like, and Batman's like, I never called you chum. And he's like, yeah, you did, actually. It's quite a mystery, chum. I'm sure you recognize that dirt, chum. Think clean thoughts, chum. And, yellow and bright green will definitely disguise you as we patrol the night. Trust me, chum. And he was like, oh, I thought it's because chum is another word for friend, but in actuality, it's also another word for, fish chum and something that's really gross. Right. And he's like, so what is it? And he's like, and Batman, doesn't say anything for a second, and he's like, you didn't wash your uniform enough. So he smelt. It was funny. But yeah, that's what that reminded me of. Thanks.
Nice. Oh, man. I'm just looking through the DC universe, and currently they do have a lot of Nightwing series up there. Looks like the first at least 16 or 12 issues of Nightwing, the 95 series, up there. I don't know when he changed over in the comics to Nightwing, but might be some opportunity to kind of go back 80s. In there.
Ask George Perez.
I mean, I'm just saying it might be a good opportunity for anybody with a subscription to it to go back and read some of these things. Right. Because right now they do have a very Titan-esque
Catalog? No.
catalog, but...
There's Tale of the Teen Titans number 44 in 1984. July of 1984.
Created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Nightwing and Cyborg and another character that I was just talking about.
Bill Finger and Bob Kane created
That book.
Trying to think about it.
That's what Wiki says.
Nightwing created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez.
What?
I trust comic books more than I trust Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is nuts. But I'm trying to think. When they cater an exhibit to something, what is it called? The word. It's a word. I'm trying to think of a word. When a curator, they've done a good job curating a Titan-esque based. That's the word, curating.
Did it.
Alright, well,
But yeah, Nightwing.
That was pretty awesome. Well, looks like we got one last book for the week of the 17th.
Still the 17th.
Okay, so it looks like we have one last book going in for the 17th, and then we move into the 24th.
Yep.
And that's going to be all three of us with Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, continuing the events of Spider-Geddon.
Number 311. I did misspeak. I misspoke. They were the creators. Yeah.
Dick Grayson. Okay. Dick Grayson. Okay.
Before he became
Nightwing. All right.
But yeah.
Cool. We will be talking about Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 311 in the next episode. We'll see you then.
Bye.
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 Can we play the Titans song now?
Titans! Titans!
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting incontouch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on anchor.fm or website unstablettogetherpod.wixsite.com and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.